Coming up next is 14-year-old Prisha, who is trying to make saving the environment cool.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the Inventor Challenge.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Prisha Patel.
Prisha. Okay,
Yeah.
don't feel the pressure, okay?
Because we appreciate your
We
efforts.
really
Please
appreciate it.
ignore their puns. This
Yes.
is just what they do on this show. What do you want to do in your life? What do you want to be when you grow up? An inventor or something else?
So I'm not sure at all right now.
That's awesome. Don't be sure. Go with the flow.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your invention?
Sure. Okay. So let me start with where it all began. I'm sure all have all heard of experienced Mumbai heat, right?
Yes.
So I was sitting in my room and it was very hot. So I
Okay.
asked my mom, can you please switch on the AC? And she's like, it's on. I was so surprised. Just then, I was to create a project using STEM to help the environment. And I decided I would look into how I can increase the AC's efficiency while decreasing the load on the environment. Because ACs consume the most electricity out of all the appliances in our houses. I started doing research and I came to know that ACs are generally made to work with outside temperatures being 37 degrees Celsius or less. So when it's very hot outside, the AC takes a lot more time and has to work very hard to cool the room inside. Also, I came to know that by just keeping the outdoor unit of the AC cool, the AC's efficiency can be increased.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the outdoor unit is very hot because of the hot air it throws out. You can keep the outdoor unit cool by keeping plants near it or sprinkling water. But I don't think you go to do that every day. So
Right.
those are not practical or sustainable options. That's what led to the invention of AquaCool. So basically, the project looks like it's 2 frames of aluminium. In between them, there are 50 or so cones made of clay, and the hot air coming out of the ODU passes through the clay cones. And so, because of evaporative cooling and the shape of the cones, the hot air gets compressed and cools down. Thus, it makes a system that is simple and does not need no extra process. I believe that in a world where there are more than 1.5 billion AC units, this is a simple, cost-effective and eco-friendly way of keeping the electricity bill low, increasing the AC's efficiency and decreasing the load of the environment. I would love to have your expertise in making this project more modular, usable, easier to install in residential and commercial buildings. Thank you.
Got it.
Thanks.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Well presented.
Wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
By how many degrees are you proposing that the temperature would drop?
So the temperature is dropping by 5 to 7 degrees Celsius in just the first 10 minutes of starting the AC.
That's a lot.
Is the cone material, is it durable? Like, will clay in the heat, will it crack, dry, break? Would it have to be replaced?
So it is very durable because we use it everywhere, like earthen pots, matkas. And even if one breaks, it won't matter a lot because there are 49 others that will help with the
Got it.
cooling.
So, and you envision selling this as like a attachment that people buy separately, or do you think that you want to take it to actually AC manufacturers?
Definitely like an attachment at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then for bulk,
Bulk with the manufacturers.
See, you develop this for, in a sense, in the context of Mumbai, okay, which has kind of moist heat, right? In cities like Delhi, the heat is like 47 degrees and it's dry heat. So something like an earthen clay pot you'll put outside, the amount of water that is being collected will be too less. It will dry out too fast, you know?
Okay.
So, yeah.
So yes, that's definitely one thing I want to work on. There can be like a flush system that can be placed on top of it, of recycled water or water from ROs, because a lot of water goes waste there too.
Good point.
So if we can make that attachment on top of it, then whenever the AC is switched on, that can also switch on and start dripping water.
Also, you should know you've done an amazing job. The reason we're asking you so many
Thank
questions is because that's how interesting we find your idea. This could potentially have legs. I think we just have to figure out how it's going to match up to the rest of the ideas for the lab stage.
Let's talk a little bit about your project. Tell me where you are right now.
So this is the outdoor unit. The fan is behind this. The AC square comes on top of the fan. There are like so many cones, like 56 of them, in this huge aluminum frame with like sunboard and hay, and it's like lots of material.
Let's definitely look at simplifying the design to be able
Yeah.
to make sure that
Make it more modular and easier.
amazing. Okay, let's get to it.
Okay.
Her project is super cool. It's looking at something like an air conditioner, which is a regular day item, and then making it more economical, more sustainable, reducing the amount of energy it's producing, and at the same time, making your room cooler.
After a lot of research, looking at what different materials can be used, we tried 3 different prototype designs to reach this final one. Now was the fun part of getting these cones made. In Mumbai, these are made in Kumbharwad in Dharavi. Going there was an experience on its own. I love that clay is such a unique material. It's so traditional, but we're using it in such a modern way.
Finally.
This was the first prototype, which has like so many cones and 2 aluminum frames and sunboard, hay, so lots going on here. And
Nice. Why did you add this hay?
these cones were just like falling inside the frame, so we needed something to hold them up. And also, when the water would like seep through the hay, it would help with the cooling. This is the material we'll be using.
It's corrugated plastic made from polypropylene.
Obviously, like the cones
So it's got
just...
the porous material.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, the cones just like snap into place. Obviously, the cuts will be much like finer and neater, but
Nice.
so
Yeah.
this is just like a small prototype that we made. So yeah, this is what we're trying to do now, like make it more modular, and it's basically the same thing, but just lighter and smaller.
What about these ridges on the side? I mean, is this supposed to be this way?
So yeah, that's how the material is, and it's actually helping us because we need water to go to the cones.
Awesome.
To make it easy to irrigate the water, we use corrugated plastic as the base for the cones.
It's very lightweight, it's sturdy, and most of all, it's non-toxic and eco-friendly.
And also, it has these channels that run through the full length of it, and those channels helped us to irrigate water to all the cones. Now that I had an assembled product, my next step was to test it out. For ease of testing, as an option, I made an app that would help me check the change in temperature as proof of concept. At one point, I just thought that, oh my god, like, that's it, I'm not doing this. Like when my code just wouldn't work. There were like these small things like, oh, the battery would just die, or the software wouldn't respond, or like my laptop was hanging because of whatever extra stuff that was going on in it. Just like small things that just like stressed me out so much that like, oh, I have to do this, and I have this much time to do it. So it's been madness. I've learned lots of new stuff in like coding and even like 3D designing. Like I had to make a case for the circuit, and I learned soldering, which was fun. But my best day would be, I think, the day when everything started coming together. Like the app was ready, the circuit was working. Just the test results were coming out great. So I was just really like excited that, okay, now it's all coming together. So that's great.
Your next phase is going to be the user testing phase.
Yep.
Are you excited about that? What are you thinking?
Excited and there is a bit like, what will they think?
Really looking forward to seeing how people interact with your product coming up next.
Yeah, me too. Hi, so this is Aqua Cool. Basically, it's a device that converts the hot air coming out of the outdoor units of the ACs and makes it cool.
The entire AC cooler made a lot of sense because now that we're using so many technologies, it becomes very necessary that we take care of the environment also at the same time.
The cooling part was really doing well. We observed the temperature after pouring the water and we tried and tested. It was really working well.
Increasing.
Yeah,
The cooling part is going up.
How much is it now?
By 1 degree, it has come down.
I would be more convinced to buy something like this if the cooling is slightly more. Households and units which use AC exhaustively, it's far more warmer. So maybe reduction of temperature by a couple of degrees won't really help.
It's pretty flexible, easy to use, adaptive. So definitely I can use it in my home.
It was something new. I would suggest to my customers also, while buying AC, additional would be like, means why don't you have this also?
Oh, this is obviously Prisha's.
Quite precious.
You appreciate it a lot? Or?
I do appreciate a lot.
And you remember all your puns. But you know what? It's quite nice. I thought it would be much bigger. It's actually looking quite compact.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it makes it so much more easy to understand once we actually see it.
Yeah.
And now that we have it.
And I really liked that she stuck to this thing of
Terracotta?
using terracotta and going and figuring out how to make the shape.
You could paint these in nice colors also.
And now it's decision time. So let's call out Ahana.
Welcome.
And it's here! So now it's time to do the deed. All the best to both the inventors.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I am ready.
All right.
This is very precious.
Very precious.
Extremely heavy card.
Very heavy.
Heavy burden to bear.
Okay,
You're a good
3,
man.
2, 1, and... Ooh!
That's what I thought.
Okay. So, the time is here. I think the consumer panel has made the right decision. And the winner of the Inventor Challenge and who wins the 10 lakh rupee cash prize is
Hurry up.
Prisha.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
It's time for high fives.
Congratulations.
Nice.
I was very nervous. I don't know. It was just like, I couldn't even think. And I'm so grateful that I even got this opportunity that like I can present some of like my idea and I just feel so good.
And now for something.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well
Congratulations.
Thank you. I can't even put it in words.